Hi kids! So let's talk about some stuff. I'm going to put on makeup and then I'm going to talk about some stuff that's been going on. Aww. Who's biting me? I guess she thinks I've gone crazy. It's like, oh, you're talking to yourself again. So I'm going to put makeup on while I talk to you about... Ow! Don't bite me like that. She hates when I talk loud. So, I'm going to talk about where I've been and why I haven't been filming. Number one. Ow! You're going to have to go in the other room if you keep biting me. Here, poo. There's your fuzzy thing. Why don't you lay on your fuzzy thing? Okay, number one reason where I've been and what I've been doing and why I haven't been filming. I got very overwhelmed. I'm not really going to talk about all the stuff that I'm using, but this one is Urban Decay. This is the eyeshadow primer Potion Anti-Aging. Okay, so I kind of got overwhelmed, like trying to keep track of all of my prices, what I paid for things, what they're worth, incoming, outgoing, that kind of thing. It just really got stressful, to tell you the truth, because it was like I would get something and I would want to use it, but then it would get put into my collection and then I'd be like, wait a minute, where is it? What else did I put into my collection? Whatever and stuff. It's just got really overwhelming. There was, my mom had been in a car accident and she had gotten a settlement, and she had gotten a settlement and we bought a bunch of stuff, redid all the furniture. All of my makeup stuff got put away, and it was just getting really stressful trying to keep things separate, because obviously they're not going to be separate. Today I'm trying the No Problem Priming Water. This is the first I've used it. So because this is the first time I've used this, I'm going to be using it with my CoverGirl Outlast All Day Stay Fabulous. This is the 3-in-1 foundation because I know how this works. I use it all the time. This is probably my favorite foundation over all the high-end foundations I have. I still go back to this, and I've bought numerous ones of this. So anyways, it was just one of those things where I was just having problems sorting things out. And I was not happy about all of that was going on. So, yeah. I have already primed my skin really with the Confidence in a Gel. I think that's the one I'm using, Confidence in a Gel. It Cosmetics Confidence in a Gel Lotion. So, my skin has been drying out, and I don't know why my skin's been drying out. It's still 100 degrees here in sunny California, and it's the end of September. Can you figure that one out? The end of September is still 100 degrees. Oh, my hands feel nasty. Okay, after using that primer, my hands feel really icky. Okay, for my eyeshadow today, it's going to be a mixture of two different palettes. It's going to be the ColourPop Zodiac palette with Kathleen Lights, and it's going to be the Rose Period palette. This is a Suva palette. I love this palette. This is probably my favorite palette that I've owned, like, in a long time. And as you can see, I've got pretty good pan and some really good dips. So, yeah. This, to me, cannot make a full eye look. I usually use about 5 different colors, and I can get out of here like maybe 4. at the most. Just, it doesn't, I need a companion to go with it. So I pulled the Rose Period because it's my favorite palette. The thing about Kathleen Lights, every time she does a collab, I have like the same thing happen. I'm like, oh, I really like that, except it's a little too dark for me. Anyways, okay. Next reason why I quit filming. I just, like I said, I had other things going on. And after doing the furniture and moving things around and whatever and stuff, I had been talking to, oh, it looks like my camera's gonna go dead. Anyways, I had been talking to my aunt about wanting to get 2 new kittens. And her friend was like, oh, my cat's pregnant. So I was like, wonderful. So we had been talking since her cat had been pregnant. And we probably went back and forth for a good month. And I mean, she sent pictures when they were born. And I mean, just, I was very much involved with all of this. And it was the beginning of COVID. And I mean, they're 6 months old now. So, you know, things were going on. And then I get this phone call one day. And she's crying, and I'm like, oh my God, what happened to the kittens? And she says to me that the kittens were fine, but their mom got killed. Angel was killed. Their mom's name was Angel. So I was sitting there thinking, oh my God, they're like 2 weeks old. You know, that's going to be really hard. And she's like, no, they're 3 weeks old. I'm like, 3 weeks old? No problem. 3-week-old kittens, they'll be fine. And she was really upset about what she was going to do. She'd never bottle fed kittens before. And I was like, no problem. I raised one from the time she was a couple days old, and she's great. So 3-week-old kittens, no problem. So I went to go pick them up, and I was just so distraught because she wasn't feeding them with a bottle. She was feeding them with a dropper, and they were way too old to be doing that because they're going to want real food at 3 weeks old. They're going to be like hungry. So I took them, and I could tell right away that they had pink eye. And I was hoping that was all it was. So I called my vet and got some medicine and made appointments for them and stuff. And yes, they did. They had pink eye. And they also had upper respiratory issues. So they had to take medicine. And it was really cute, though. I'll insert pictures. There was Madison and Brooklyn. And Madison is the white one and Brooklyn is the black one. And so anyways, I was giving them medicine and bottle feeding them. And I mean, they were eating really well. I was feeding them wet food at the time. And I was kind of introducing dry food because there are cats that like dry food more than wet food and vice versa. So I was trying to like give them opportunities to do both things. And Brooklyn one night, because I would still bottle feed them at night, because they were like 4 weeks old at this point. And I was bottle feeding them. Maybe they were 5 weeks old. Yeah, they were like 5 weeks old, because I remember thinking that at this point, my other cat that I had bottle fed, Pooh, she had already weaned herself before I was even ready to wean her. And so I guess Amazon is delivering. So I was sitting there thinking, wow, they're really taking to the bottle for a really long time. And then Brooklyn ripped the bottle out of my hands one night, and she was holding it. And she was chewing on the side of it, and she was looking at me just growling. She was not going to give up her bottle. That was her bottle. And I was like, you know what? If you're old enough to rip the bottle out of my hands and to hold on to it and growl at me, you're too old for a bottle. So that was the last night they got a bottle, and they were fine. Anyways, so, you know, Brooklyn had more problems than Maddie, which I was really surprised because Maddie was kind of skinny and her eyes were way worse than Brooklyn, but Brooklyn had more respiratory issues and sinus issues and stuff like that. So anyways, we finally got over all that, and then they were fine. They're going to be fine. I'm waiting. I have like 2.5 weeks now before they go in for the big surgery. And I just fitted them for pajamas. And I will insert pictures. It's the cutest thing. But that way they don't have to wear a big giant hood on their head. And my vet is convinced that no cat ever needs a hood, but Pooh definitely did. She ended up wearing hers for like a month because she just attacked her own stomach area after her surgery. So, having had a hysterectomy myself, I know how awful it is, and, you know. So I've fitted them for pajamas and everything's going well, but that was one of the reasons why I wasn't filming. I was really busy taking care of them and then taking care of my own thing, and then Corona was going on, and so I had a lot to do. And like I said, being emotionally drained, you know, with I know it sounds funny, but it was like with that settlement, it was very stressful. You know, when you get a bunch of new stuff for your house, it's like your whole house is all in turmoil, and it's kind of hard, so whatever. Anyways, so there was the settlement that upset the whole house. There was the kittens that upset the whole house. And there was just too many videos to do to count my numbers. I've continued to save all of my makeup empties so I can do year-end empties. But like I said, I just kind of was like, I just kind of was having a hard time keeping up with my ins and outs. Which kind of sounds bad because the whole reason to do that was to spend less money. And it wasn't like I was spending a lot of money. It was just keeping track of it because I'd buy something new and I'd really want to use it. So, whatever. Oh, it sounds like one of the kittens is getting in trouble. They're like 6 months old now, so I guess, I don't know, I guess they're half cats. They're not quite kittens, but they're not quite cats. And strangely enough, Pooh, our big cat who's feral, she has taken to these, well, one of the babies. She loves Maddie. I don't understand it, but she does love her. So, Oh, she's got like this fuzzy thing, and she likes to get on there and suck on it. I always say it's because she misses her mom, but I don't know if that's really it. I had 3 cats in the house, and every single one of them I bottle fed, which, you know, I guess they're all 3 rescues, even though all 3 of them were wanted. 2 of them I planned on getting, but Pooh was just a surprise. Found her at Ace Hardware. And I know I've told that story before, but it just, yeah. It was a complete accident, but she's my baby. She is like the child that I never had. I mean, there's something about Pooh that just, she means a lot to me. And, you know, so the other reason why I wasn't filming is because I was having camera issues. I'm going to put on my foundation. Right now I'm using a teardrop. This is the AOA Paw Paw edition, which usually I like a teardrop, but in the AOA sponges, for some reason, I'm just really into the beveled one, but my beveled one is really dirty. I wanted to wash my brushes a couple days ago, and that just didn't happen, so yeah. We are using this one. And I'm just doing everyday makeup right now. I'm not doing like anything fancy or anything. This is like my day-to-day, what I wear. And even when I'm not leaving the house or wearing a mask or whatever, this is kind of like what I would wear.